let's talk about dilution and kids blends. So, if you're just catching these videos now, if you're maybe just jumping in, I know there's a lot of people in this group that maybe work during the day or whatever, and you're busy and you don't get into the group and get to watch the videos. It's awesome to know the first few videos as well. Like, dilution is awesome, but if you're not using medicinal grade oils or high quality oils with your kids, it's irrelevant. Okay, I'm not speaking to any other grade of essential oils other than doTERRA, and that's what I know and that's what I trust with my family. Okay, it's up to you to do your own research, but I'm just sharing what I know in this group and educating only on doTERRA oils. Okay, so we all know, we know now these essential oils are the highest grade in the world. That's why I choose to use them. They are completely transparent. We know what's in them, okay? So when we're talking about using them with our kids, let's talk a little bit about dilution. So first of all, these oils are safe during pregnancy. All of the oils doTERRA carries, with one exception, are safe during pregnancy. Okay, that's massive, you guys. And I do not want you, if you have questions or comments or whatever, leave them below, comment or message me, that's totally fine. I do not want you to go look on the internet and try to prove me wrong, because they're not talking about doTERRA essential oils, okay? They're talking about a broad range, maybe even aromatherapists. You'll hear a lot of contradicting truths, okay? The reality is that they're not talking about one specific grade of essential oils. That's why they are saying what they're saying, right? They're saying you cannot ingest essential oils, you cannot use them on your skin, or you cannot use certain essential oils during pregnancy or with little people, okay? I think we'll talk more about mums and pregnancy tomorrow for Friday, but today let's talk about kids. So all of the oils are also safe for kids, all of them, okay? Like, you have to really let go of the fear here. Like I said last night, often when, we're quick to grab something when we need it, like Tylenol or ibuprofen, but when there's something that's, labeled to be natural, we all of a sudden become all these, this researcher, right? So, saying that, show us your favorite blends. Okay, so dilution, first of all, is important with kids. It's important if you have super sensitive skin. It's important if you're pregnant, because your skin tends to be a little bit more sensitive. And it's super important if you are dealing with someone who's elderly, right? So generally, we dilute our oils. There's a couple of different reasons. Now, do you want some tea? You can have some of my tea if you want. No milkies right now. There's a couple reasons why we dilute. Hold on, let's find you something to do here. So here, do you want one of those? Whoa, okay, you do those, okay. There's a couple reasons why we dilute. First of all, to lessen the possible skin sensitivity, right? Like, if we're putting a hot oil on our skin, we definitely always want to dilute. You can grab one, right? So a hot oil is something like oregano oil, right? If you're familiar with oil of oregano, that is just that, oil of oregano. It is actually a diluted version of oregano essential oil. Like I mentioned before, completely unregulated system and industry. So really, that bottle only needs to have a 2% dilution in there, and the rest can be carrier. So when we're talking about pure essential oil like doTERRA, this is oregano. This is so hot, you guys. It's hotter than hot. Okay. This I've burnt off a planter's wart off the bottom of my foot with that oil. So just to kind of put it into perspective, that's not one you're going to want to drop under your tongue compared to oil of oregano. Okay, so diluting, we dilute to lessen possible skin sensitivity. We dilute to keep the oils in place longer because they're extremely volatile. Basically what they are is aromatic, volatile compounds that are, they completely just evaporate into thin air. super quickly. So you'll notice that as soon as you take off a bottle, you can begin to smell it, right? Because it's starting to evaporate to the air. So when we use it on our skin, a really good reason to dilute is to keep it in place longer, right? You also cover a greater surface area when you dilute. When we're talking about kids here, we always dilute with kids, okay? Let's talk a little bit about dilution ratios. You need a drink of water? Okay, it's a little bit hot though. Dilution ratios, like I said, these oils are safe for all ages. You just have to know how to dilute. Yeah, I'll put it on it for you. So I don't want this to be overwhelming because there's, dilution is kind of a personal preference to a kind of degree, okay? Whatever you're comfortable with, and again, like that's something that comes with time. And like what I love about doTERRA in particular is that you actually have that. You have that community and you have that education at your fingertips, so you can be resourceful and find out, through using your oils and through talking with your community what your dilution ratios are. Okay, so first of all, for newborns, you guys, you might be like, well, why would you want to use essential oils for newborns? Newborns are coming from such a wet environment, right? They often get not respiratory stuff, but I mean like a little bit of congestion going on. And that's a cool way to use essential oils with newborns. Saying that, diffusing is the best way and safest way to use essential oils around little bodies. I love diffusing because everybody benefits in the room, right? So using essential oils in a diffuser in the baby's room is awesome, right? Just use one. My favorite drop for that my favorite oil, oh my gosh, it's still early. My favorite oil is Easier. It's a respiratory blend. It's like eucalyptus, peppermint, ravensara, cardamom. What else is in there? Nope, all gone for now. Yeah, and anyway, you put one drop in the diffuser and that helps to benefit everyone around as well. So why would you use oils topically with a newborn? They're just learning how to digest, properly eliminate, and kind of clear out their system. So the way I loved to use my oils during when Sequoia was first born is in a roller, and it's the Tummy Tamer roller. So this is awesome. It has a Zengest blend, like I told you about before. Zengest blend is basically like your digestive everything. It's such an awesome blend, but if you put one drop in a 10 ml roller for a newborn baby, that is awesome. It's perfect. Super diluted. I use a fractionated coconut oil to dilute. What that means, fractionated means that the fat is partially removed so that it stays liquid. Okay. Pause for a second. I have to deal with these kids. Let's go. Go. Get a little tour of my house. You guys, as soon as I'm on video, they're like on my leg. You're watching Magic School Bus and you're sitting down and playing with all these toys that are all over the place, okay? Okay, Macaulay? Okay. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so that's one way to use. Please be quiet, okay? Do you want to go outside? You go put your stuff on. Okay, you sit with me then. Hey, Desiree. That's one way to use oils topically with a newborn, and that's your dilution ratio. So 1 drop per 10 ml roller bottle is often all you need for a newborn baby, okay? Saying that, if you have experience, as you have experience with the oils, with the Zengest, and you know how fast it works because that oil is incredible for anything digestion, if you don't see results in your baby, you know that you can add another drop in there and it's okay. Like 100% it's okay. There's a lot of fear around using essential oils with kids. There doesn't need to be, as long as you're diluting and using your, common sense. It's totally fine, okay? Zengest is one I love to use with them. As they grow older, like, side note, if they're breastfed, they're getting immune boosting and those types of things, there's also another roller that I love to use with newborns once in a while. So saying that, the Zengest roller is one that you could use like every second diaper change, especially if your newborn or if your small baby is constipated or has digestive upsets, right? You can totally use that every single diaper change if you want to. Roll a little circle around their belly, gently massage in a clockwise motion, do a little gentle like scissor legs, and it's awesome. It seriously is so good. So that's like colic, that's like anything digestive. You're tired, hey? Okay, so, and then the immune boosting one, there's the blend that we've been talking about all week called On Guard. This is like your immune boosting blend, cinnamon, clove, eucalyptus, rosemary, and wild orange. But there's one that's a little bit more gentle. Okay, On Guard, you can totally put one drop in here and roll on the bottoms of their feet before you put their socks on so they don't get it near their eyes. But I loved this oil called Arbor Vitae. It's Latin for the tree of life. It's sourced in BC here, which is really awesome. Excuse me, but it smells like an old cedar tree, which is it's so nice. But that, if you can think of your essential oils as essentially the immune system of the plant, right? That Arbor Vitae is like the immune system of these like super old cedar trees. So no, again back to the sourcing, which I really love. That no, they're not cutting down old growth trees intentionally for sure. But truth of the matter is there's forestry going on all over the place, right? What doTERRA does is works with the forestry to take the off, like, you know, the offcuts, like all the, you know, when they send the big trees through the, I'm not gonna say planer, but like it takes off all the branches and things. They get the branches and things and make the essential oil from that. So it's so sustainable, you guys. It's incredible, and they do that with a lot of their tree oils for sure. Okay, I might have to mute her. So that's what I would use as an immune boosting oil. Okay, that's one of my favorite. I even add Arbor Vitae into my On Guard healthy roller for my kids and for myself as well. It's so good. So as the kids get older, it's generally, you know, after a month old, you can up to a couple drops of essential oil in your 10 ml roller. From there, you can increase again. I have little blending sheets that are, you know, blend essentials for the baby's first year. I've got like 10 blends on there that I really loved and continue to love. And then at the bottom is a little dilution thing. And then blend essentials for kiddos as well. Like there's so many blends that can support wellness, like be preventative emotionally, physically, but there's also blends that you can use. Say somebody has an ear infection, okay? The essential oils are super, super fast to act on that too. Little story, I had a friend who had a little guy who was really susceptible to getting ear infections, and he was getting them often, and she was using antibiotics with him. And you guys, if you don't know, antibiotics, they kill off the bad, but they also kill off the good, okay? And there's a lot of work that has to take place after or during taking antibiotics to heal the gut. Okay, we have to, like we talked about a bit yesterday, the gut is like the foundation, right? If your gut flora is off, chances are the rest of your system is off as well. Okay, so she was giving him these antibiotics often, like really often, even like more than a couple doses of it, and it wasn't doing anything. And you guys, that's why I did a live video a few days ago on my business page on Facebook, and it was basically like, you know, like the modern medicine sometimes isn't working as well as it used to, right? And there's a few different reasons for that, but anyway, she messaged me and was like, okay, I need something. Do you have anything for this that could support this ear infection that could help me? I need something to help me and my baby because I haven't slept in like a month, and he's in actual pain. So I gave her tea tree and lavender in little drams, and what she did was massage the oils around his ear. Side note, we'll learn all about this tomorrow in the class, but we never put oils directly in the ear, like pure oils. We don't ever drip them in. We don't ever put oils up our nose, and we don't ever put oils in our eyes for obvious reasons. But yeah, so what she did was massage a little bit of lavender around the outside of his ear with a bit of carrier oil. She did that again with tea tree, massaged it in, and she put a little bit on a cotton ball and put the cotton ball in here. And then he went to bed, kept the cotton ball in best he could, and then in the morning, the inflammation was down. He was clearly not in as much pain. It's like instantly, right? These essential oils don't have to be decoded by the body. They're natural, they're nature, they're carbon-based, so are we. It's just like they work well with the body, and the body knows what to do with them. So it's really sweet how, you know, even like an ear infection, we can have the first defense in our home. Of course, if it didn't work, or if it seemed like he was getting worse, then sure, take him to the doctor, of course. But these essential oils, what I'm trying to get across to you guys is that they can be a first defense for anything in your home, okay? So on this little blend chart, I have a few of our favorite blends. We have a sleepy roller, which is like a blend of vetiver. Vetiver is a root of a grass from Haiti, and it's like super earthy, super grounding for most people. It helps to quiet the mind. Okay, so there's some studies done on like supporting kids with ADD and ADHD, and they're really helping with focus. So vetiver is an awesome one for myself as well. If I have a busy mind at nighttime, that's my go-to. But I have a blend with that and a blend called Serenity, and they go great together. So I won't go through all of these, but I mean, our favorite ones I'd say are the Owie spray, probably, because I have 2 small kids. Owie spray is lavender, tea tree, and frankincense together. And this is a good example of, well, like all of this is a good example of if you're using a lesser grade essential oil and it's potentially synthetic or adulterated in some way, like there's a carrier oil in there or something like that. It's not a pure essential oil. You won't see the results, right? You just won't see the results because you're working with something with a therapeutic benefit equivalent to a scented candle, right? So if that makes sense, hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, our favorite emotional blend is Balance and Citrus Bliss together. This is known as the toddler tamer. I wish you could smell them through the screen, but it's like Balance is like trees and a couple florals, but it's pretty grounding, pretty mild smelling, and Citrus Bliss is like a creamsicle in a bottle. So those two, for some reason, work really well together to tame toddlers. Okay, can you show us your kids' blends? These ones? There's a bunch of ways you can DIY. Literally, you can make all your own rollers and blends if you really want to. That's awesome. If you are watching this and you're like, I'm overwhelmed, I don't even know where to start, I don't even know if I could DIY, like what's the dilution, I totally don't understand. That's okay, because A, you get education with your oils, I help you with that, but also B, there's things like this. This is a whole little kids package that has these cute as rollers in here. You guys, this is like empowerment to the max, right? We are teaching our kids how to reach for something natural when they're feeling out of sorts, or if they're feeling emotional, if they're feeling scared or nervous or overwhelmed. We're teaching them that there's natural ways to support your emotional body, which I am a massive advocate for, right? Yeah, so emotional body, like these, there's one called Steady, which is the grounding blend. So this could be, used in place of Balance or whatever. This is like the kids version. Purple, yeah. These blends are diluted. They're proven to be safe for all ages. Okay, so there's Brave. McCowie sometimes comes up and he's like, Mom, I need my Brave oil. And he puts it on, he rolls it on, and then he's like, I'm brave now. He goes out and he runs around. It's really funny, but like that's awesome, right? Because as your kids start to grow, my kids are 2 and 4, they're not quite at that point yet, but as they start to, they're school aged and like stuff happens and things go on, they're like, it's okay, like, because I have this anchor with me, right? You don't need, I'm not saying like you definitely need these blends, but I mean creating the essential oil blends with your kids when they're that age is so powerful, because you're like, okay, let's make a protection blend for you, or let's make a happy blend for you. And then they get to make it, they get to craft it, put their little sticker on, and they're like, okay, I get to carry this with me in my pocket. It's completely safe, you guys. Like, the kids, especially when they're older, they're not going to try to take this thing off. It's kind of hard to get off anyway, but they're just going to use it all the time, and that's the point of having essential oils, right? They don't work unless you use them, okay? So I think that's really cool when our kids, our friends, can have that anchor to come back to if they know they need the support. So that's for emotional wellness. There is a blend in here called Rescuer. It's a soothing blend. It's amazing for teething. So what I do is I just roll it on her jaws, and down her neck and behind her ears. Yeah. And this one has diluted coconut oil. So that's copaiba is the first oil. Copaiba we're going to talk about more again tomorrow, but copaiba is basically, you guys, not equivalent to, but I mean it's kind of along the same lines as CBD oil, except it comes from a tree in Brazil and is tapped like a maple tree. So copaiba is anything pain, okay? You can ingest this oil. When she was teething hard, I'd roll this on her outside. You can also DIY your own little version of this. And then I would take my copaiba oil and take the lid off and put my finger on the top orifice reducer thing, like that, and then just rub it right on her gums where she needed it. Completely safe, okay? For a smaller child, you could totally do that too. If you didn't feel comfortable doing that, use it on the outside of her jaw. Totally fine, you guys. We absorb everything through our skin. The fastest way to and the most direct route is to ingest your essential oils, right? So putting it right on the spot on the inside is so awesome. And since we metabolize essential oils super fast, like they pass through the body and are gone within 20 to 30 minutes, like it's crazy. So when we do that, the teething thing, we can use the copaiba, and then if she's still in pain, 10 minutes later, do it again. And you can do it again. So you can do it usually it's only 3 or 4 times that you'll need to do it, and then it's all good, right? And that is supporting her body naturally and supporting her healthy immune response and her body's natural way to stay healthy. You're supporting that versus suppressing it, right? Or versus just treating the symptoms of something. Okay, so if you're taking a Tylenol for this, for example, migraine, maybe you get chronic migraines and you don't know why. You're taking a Tylenol to suppress, or you're taking whatever pain meds the doctor gave you to suppress the symptoms, right? You're not actually doing anything for the root cause, okay? The beauty with essential oils is they work with the body to bring the body back to balance, so they're actually accessing, or they're actually, accessing, they're targeting the root cause without us even having to think about it, right? Without us even having to think about it, they're working on the body, and the body is coming back to balance. Does that make sense? So if you get chronic migraines and you're taking it over the counter, that's suppressing the symptoms. If you're taking a medicinal grade essential oil like this for your migraines, it's actually helping to repair the body, helping the body to repair itself, rather, right? So that you don't have migraines anymore, you don't need to take the things. Okay, this is a real thing, you guys, and I have many clients and friends and customers and business partners that have seen these massive results, especially going with migraines, because for some reason I attract a lot of people that have migraines. So I've never had a migraine, but they have incredible results that literally is life-changing. Okay, pretty cool. Okay, dilution, let's go back, I'm a rambler. Newborns start with 1 drop. As they get a little bit older, add another drop. Maybe 3 months old or so, you have maybe 3 drops in your 10 mil. After that, they're 5, what have I written on here? That's okay. I don't even... Okay, so after that, my kids, 2 and 4, honestly, you guys, it's not as complicated as we make it out to be. There's also, I'll get it after, there's also the whole touch line that doTERRA makes, which is, it's basically like a pre-diluted roller that's, again, proven to be safe to use on all ages. Okay, so as long as your oils are diluted, you're good to go. So it's pre-diluted, you don't have to DIY and think about dilution, and sometimes in the beginning that's where people tend to start, and that's where they feel most comfortable, knowing that it's like a proven thing. But as you get to use your oils and develop that intuition when it comes to using the oils, that's when you kind of begin to explore and make your own blends and things like that. But anyone like through me that gets essential oils, like I said, that's my job, is to sit one-on-one with you virtually, in person, and we sit down and decide, figure out a dilution ratio for your family and what you're comfortable using, make a couple blends so you know how to do it, and really go through the notions and the steps of how to incorporate the oils into your lifestyle so it becomes more of a lifestyle for you and is not just like, you know, I have essential oils in my top cupboard when I need them kind of thing. Okay, so I'm gonna jump off. We're gonna go to some bouncy castles this morning, and I'm pretty sure that's all I wanted to talk about. Of course, I don't ever make notes, so I'm just kind of flying. Yeah, so there are so many blends, you guys. There's like literally an oil for everything. You name it. With kids, like growing legs, fever, illness, you know, there's supporting your wellness, there's, you name it. If you want to comment below with maybe it's something you're curious about, you have a child that has something going on, do you want to comment below and let us know what it is, and I can help you. I can maybe give you some suggestions. If you would rather personal message me, that's totally fine. If it's something personal, that's totally cool. Message me and I will, I can give you some pointers and suggestions. Okay, we say bye.